It's now time to hand out John Sturmack's belt. Well, not directly his belt, but it used to be. The bantamweight title in RFO amateur division will be decided between these two gentlemen, Victor Christian and one of the coolest nicknames in all of mixed martial arts, Brian Doogie Hauser. We send it up to Jake Digman to bring out our first title contender.
The following contest is brought to you by Oscar's Auto Body, and it is for the RFO Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Victor Christian.
Victor Christian, only 21 years old, made his mixed martial arts debut on April 4th, 2015. That's less than 2 years into his career. He's fighting for a title. All three of his victories, first round KO. Making his first appearance under the RFO banner. He understands this will be one of the toughest fights. Now, his loss, of course, was to Shaka Worthy, younger brother of Kama Worthy. He's taking nothing away from him, but he understands the challenge he's up against with Brian Hauser.
Well, his three victories, this is scary, folks. His three victories do not equal 1 round.
Yeah.
18 seconds, 22 seconds, and 1:46. What took him so long, I don't know, but he has absolute guns. And, you know, it reminds me, and, you know, you paid me a compliment, and I certainly appreciate it. You know, when I was lucky enough to become the RFO Bantamweight title holder, there was a younger man behind me that was the #1 contender that thankfully I never had to fight, because that young man's name was Cody Garbrandt, which is your current UFC Bantamweight champion.
Are you comparing the pop in his hands to Cody Garbrandt's? Because they're very similar in that way with their records, right?
All I'm saying is I didn't want to fight Cody Garbrandt, and I don't want to fight Victor Christian. I'll just take my belt and go home.
That's right.
But yeah, it just shows you where RFO is at as far as, you know, the level where these guys come from, where they're going to go.
Victor Christian's in the cage. Let's bring out his opponent to do so, the one and only Jake Digman.
And his opponent, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Brian Hauser.
Brian Hauser, one of the top amateur prospects in the entire state of Ohio, making a name in the entire Midwest. First appearance under the RFO banner. He's fighting for the bantamweight title because, as he said, nobody will fight me at 125 pounds. We take a look at the tail of the tape before we get into the details of Doogie Hauser. John, take it away.
You know, 21 and 26-year-old, both very young guys, evenly matched as far as height goes, 5'6" versus 5'6", 3-1 versus 5'0". But one of the things that Brian Doogie Hauser scares me about, every victory but one has come by TKO. This guy brings it.
And 3 of those were in the first round, so he matches Victor Christian in that category. The most scary part about him, John, is he was 1 win away from being a national champion wrestler at Notre Dame College. So he's got pop in his hands with a wrestling base that you don't often see at this level. What is there that Doogie Hauser can't do inside the cage?
It is astounding. We have 2 guys that, you know, sometimes when you get at this amateur level, you have the technician, somebody that's going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to grind you out, I'm going to get a submission, and somebody else who's got a lot of pop going on. But what we have here is 2 guys that are just, all right, I don't need to train for 3 rounds because this ain't going past 1. These guys are scary as far as we're going to finish this fight.
Doogie Hauser in the cage. Let's send it in to Jake Digman to introduce our fighters.
The following contest is brought to you by Oscar's Auto Body, and it is for the RFO Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner. He fights out of Midville, Ohio. He weighed in at 133 pounds, representing T-County Boxing Academy with an MMA record, 3 wins, 1 loss. Please welcome Victor 1408 Christian. His opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Medina, Ohio. He weighed in at 133 pounds, representing Evolve MMA. He has an undefeated MMA record, 5 wins, 0 losses. Please welcome Brian Doogie Hauser. This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. When the action begins, your referee is Mr. Jerry Poe.
Gentlemen, this is a title fight. You got your instructions in the back. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up. Let's do this.
Time to hand out some hardware. Victor Christian in the black spandex. Brian Doogie Hauser in the black trunks. Representing South Euclid, Ohio, Evolve MMA in Medina, Notre Dame College. 1408 is Victor Christian. Ooh, big right hand from Victor Christian. Backs up Doogie Hauser. Right away, these two are throwing heat.
Yeah, right off the bat, both these guys got immense credentials as far as TKOs. We mentioned it at the outset. Doogie gets a takedown early, and we are sitting here with professional female fighter, featherweight Jessica the Zombie Zamchik, and she said she expects Doogie Hauser to win this fight.
Well, you need to put in the qualifier that she trains with Doogie Hauser, so there may be a little bias going on. But I respect her opinion nonetheless. And Doogie Hauser trying to prove Zamchik right with the rear naked, or the front choke rather.
And that guillotine is deep right now.
Good job by Victor Christian to try and work out of it.
But that guillotine is very deep. It is tough to get a front guillotine.
Says he's all right. Oh, there's a tap.
And that's it.
Doogie Hauser, first round finish on Victor Christian. And there's a standing front flip from Doogie Hauser, and he got up.
And Jessica Zamchik is correct. She said she believed that Doogie was going to win this fight, and she was correct, and that's why we have her here cage side.
Impressive work by Doogie Hauser. Shows off the versatility. It started off as a firefight. Doogie Hauser goes to his roots, takes him down, and gets his first victory by submission. And take a look at this here, John. Talk us through this submission.
Oh, this was absolutely beautiful work. He's on top, knee on belly, climbs to mount, puts in the guillotine, and you can see the elbow is deep enough to get the submission. And what he does, he just does not let go. He keeps putting it deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually his opponent's got to tap out.
There are a bunch of savages in Medina, Ohio. If you want to find them, you go to Evolve MMA, ask for John Cook, and he'll introduce you to him. Or you can go to Twitter at Abs on Deck. That's him, Brian Doogie Hauser. We're going to see Devontae Johnny Cage Smith in the next fight, but there are some savages at Evolve. We sent it to Jake Digman to make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jerry Poe calls a stop to the action at 1 minute and 22 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by guillotine choke submission and new RFO Bantamweight Champion, Brian Doogie Hauser!
Here with your winner, Brian Doogie Hauser. Feels good to put the strap on you, man. You come in here highly touted. Everyone in the region's talking about you at your weight class. How do you feel, man? How do you feel about first getting your title here at the RFO and what's coming next?
Well, you mean weight classes. I fight 125, but I got to move up because nobody wants to fight me at 25. So I'm taking belts at 35. And I'll go to the 25 one later, but that's from pro. But I feel great. Got my first bet out the way. Hopefully, Cook, where you at? Let's make that move. Let's start getting some money, man.
And being an amateur at 135 is a lot easier to find work, like you were saying. 125, there's not a lot of it out there. But 125 in the UFC now is blowing up. So I look for you to make some noise once you get up there. What are you going to do here in the regional scene? Are you going to fight for us? You're going to fight in Pittsburgh? What's going on? Maybe everyone.
Well, probably everyone. This is my first time fighting for RFO. You know, I like the venue. Got the hotel. Felt like a VIP. Shout out to Coach Cook. Shout out to my co-workers coming in from Applewood. Shout out to my teammates for getting me ready. Shout out to everybody who came out. Support. Appreciate it.
Let's hear it for your new RFO champion, Brian Doogie Hauser.